Hello and welcome to another Fabula Ultima class feature. This is The Rogue, a guide by Fabula Points. Me. So, jumping in, your rogue is your typical kind of sneaky thief kind of character. Um, so to explain what the rogue does, free benefits, you permanently increase your maximum inventory points by 2, which is fun. The rogue doesn't have any skills that directly use inventory points, but it can never hurt, especially as you only start with 6. Skills. First one's cheap shot. You can spend up to 5 skill points in this, and when you hit a creature with an attack, if the attack only targeted that creature and they are suffering from one or more status effects, you may have it deal extra damage equal to skill level plus the number of status effects on the creature. Now, if you've seen my status sniper build, it uses cheap shot very well because you have a number of different things that can cause status effects. We've multi-classed with the sharpshooter and the dancer to be able to pile on conditions like crazy, and so it quickly ramps this up. So I really like it if you're going for a condition build, or if you have party members that also can stack conditions. It's also handy because it's free damage, but only if you hit one person. Dodge. So you can spend 3 points in this. As long as you have no shields and no armor equipped, your defense score is increased by skill level. This is one of those things where, like, if you've made like a build and you've got your class and you've maxed a few classes already and you're wondering what to do, this won't hurt if you're not like a martial character. But 3 points for 3 defense is fine, but you can put some martial armor on and maybe also get some magic defense. So I don't know. It's with as good as cheap shot is, dodge isn't as good. But high speed at the start of a conflict, you may spend 10 mind points. If you do, choose one option and apply it before the start of the first round. Perform a free attack with a weapon you have equipped, which when you hit, you can get cheap shot if they've already got statuses, which is hard to do at the start of a conflict. Or you can perform a hinder or objective action. You get a bonus equal to skill level for all checks you perform as part of this chosen option. So up to 3 skills, you can get up to a +3 to like do hinder and objectives. So if you're in if you've got a DM who likes to use clocks and has lots of objectives going on, this will be great to instantly get a jump on like an enemy to say hinder them if they've already started to, you know, prime the bomb that's going to blow up the bridge with all the orphans on it or something. So you can use this well, but um, it's just a quick start of the round hit on something. So if you don't use the hinder objective actions often, it's just a free attack, which can be good, but at the start of combat, you might want to save your mind points. See you later. This one's incredible. I love it so much. You may use an action and spend 1 Fabula point to vanish from the current scene, reappearing wherever you want during a different scene in which another player character is present. Describe how you escaped and miraculously got there. So the applications of this are endless. So, for example, what probably one of the main ones is, if you are a rogue, you are the sneaky person. You're probably going to sneak into a dungeon, check it's okay. Um, if you're about to be caught, you can just 1 Fabula point, see you later, and then you're not going to be caught anymore, and you're back with the team, like who are just chilling in a different scene because they're not there. Like that's incredible. Like you could do all sorts with that. Like you could infiltrate somewhere to get information. As soon as you've got the information, see you later out. You could like hold the line for enemies while the rest of your team escapes, and just as you're about to die and they're about to overwhelm you, you can see you later and join them, and you've miraculously escaped. Like you can use this so much, and for 1 skill point is amazing. On top of the fact that spending Fabula points is how you earn EXP, and you want to spend Fabula points. So I can't stress how see you later is a game changer. It's just it's like there are skills that I think are better that I've already covered, but as far as rogue skills, it's easily number one. I will forever take this on a rogue every time. Maybe not at level 5, but definitely by level 6 or 7. Soul Steal, so you can do up to 5 skill points on this. You may use an action to perform a Dex plus willpower check against the magic defense of a creature you can see. If you succeed and the target is a soldier, you recover skill level inventory points, which is awesome. So it's a quick free getting inventory points back. If they're a lethal champion, the Game Master gives you the target's soul treasure, which is an item worth an amount of Zenith equal to or lower than the target's level multiplied by 30 or 50 if they're a villain. This soul treasure will appear inside your backpack. A creature can be successfully stolen from with this skill only once. You gain a bonus equal to skill level to your dex willpower for this skill. So, if you want to steal like the boss's cool thing, like this is how to do it. Yeah, I really like it. So if you are, say, like a tinkerer, or if you are a symbolist or something that uses inventory points a lot, you can quickly soul steal like a random enemy and get loads back, and loads of inventory points back. Like it's pretty good, but only if you like that point is only if you're a character who uses inventory points a lot. Like I know obviously you've got access to your basic potions and like your elemental damage shard or whatever it's called. But yeah, if you like, I really like it. Like I really like the rogue in general, but I really like Soul Steel, especially for the inventory points. The treasure will obviously depend on your game master. But yeah, those are the skills. So let's have a look at the heroic skills for a bit, and then we can talk about the rest of it. So first one is pillage. Must have mastered the rogue class and must have Soul Steel. So when you use Soul Steel skill, you may target any number of creatures at the same time. You perform a single check and compare it to the magic defense of each creature. So this is amazing if you're against multiple foes, or even if you're out in a market and you can just soul steal a bunch of random people. Their magic defense probably won't be that great, and then you'll just suddenly get all your inventory points back. Like so, you can use this quite well. But again, like I said, this you need to be an inventory point heavy use character to get the most out of it. Apart from pillage, the next one is vanish. I think it's called vanish. Yeah. So when you hit one or more monsters with an attack, you may spend one Fabula point. If you do, each of those creatures will be unable to perform any action that requires them to be able to see you until the start of your next turn. So when I said before about the see you later, and you could possibly be like the last line of defense to stop someone like reaching, your group while they run away with like the NPC you need to protect or something. You can hit like the person who's attacking you, spend the Fabula point, they can't hurt you, and you can whittle it down to the point where you've only got one Fabula point left, and then when you start to get hurt and it's looking like you're close to dying, you can use see you later and vanish. There's only so many times you'll be in a situation like that because the DM will probably like catch on pretty quick. We'll probably want to find new ways to get around this. So I don't think it's as useful, but it is something um, that you could take advantage of if you set it out properly. And then the other thing to note, like I always say, well, I try to say anyway, with any skills where a person has to hit you, enemies attack you at random in this game. So you can spend the Fabula point and they won't be able to hit you, but they might not have hit you anyway. So that's one thing to consider. And then there's one more skill, which is from the Atlas book. It's bladed out. It was right there. So it's either rogue or weapon master you need. When you have one or more melee dagger weapons equipped, you gain a +1 bonus to defense and magic defense. And you treat those weapons as belonging to the brawling sword and throne categories for the purpose of skills and effects. Additionally, your attacks with these weapons that belong to the dagger category may target creatures that can normally be targeted by melee cannot normally be targeted by melee attacks. Sorry, so it means you can hit flying creatures with melee attacks. So this is pretty good. So there's things like the Fury. What's his skill called? The Frenzy from the Fury works with brawling skills, so you can use that to get more critical hits. There's there's things you can do, like the dancer has a heroic skill which lets you, if you have daggers or swords, equip three at once. So you can do three attacks. Like there's ways you can build something around this. So if you were like an attacking rogue who wanted to deal loads of damage, I might take Blade Adept. Whereas if you weren't and you were kind of the more like sneaky kind of rogue who kind of wanted to be able to do your own thing, then I'd probably pick Vanish or Pillage. Because the problem with Vanish is because it takes Fabula points and the See You Later takes Fabula points, then you'd be competing and you don't get them that often. But anyway, that's the Rogue. Again, I really like it. It definitely feels like a class that you can kind of main. So like you can like have your identity as a rogue and multi-class into other things that make you a better rogue. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.